Short, sweet, and to the point. All right, bullying. All right. I remember going to elementary, early 2000s, you know what I mean, like that. Yeah. I wouldn't say I was a victim. At the same time, I did come across some, just like some, you know, quote unquote verbal abuse and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because I was on a different path, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to do things creatively and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And it's just like, certain people start feeling some type of way. But now, okay, with bullying, with that being said, bullying, a little bit, it's a teeny bit needed for certain people because they get cuddled, you know what I mean, too much and don't see like the reality of the real world. And I say a little bit, which I'm only saying 5%. So you need that kick in the face to reality to hit you and feel like, wow, this is how things are, you know what I mean? But with that being said, at the same time, bullying should not be at all. It should not be. You need that little seasoning of like, okay, this is reality. Okay, this is how people are. Not everybody, but it's the big majority of how people are. But the other part, like bullying, should not be needed. You shouldn't have to fear going someplace or being around someplace because of a group of people or this person. You know what I mean? And it's trying to like be all like superior over you and stuff like that, or or the group of people, they try to make you feel a certain type of way because why? Because you do certain things. Yeah. I don't like saying different, but to them you're different because you're not following the crowd. You're not a sheep. You know what I mean? You're a lone wolf. You're a wolf. You're a wolf. You're doing your own thing. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to. It shouldn't have to be anybody trying to just harass you 24/7. You know what I mean? But it happens. You know what I mean? Not the suburbs. It happens in like inner cities. In the hood and stuff like that. That's how most kids like in New York. Perfect example. That's how kids they became tough and stuff. But at still time, it messes with your mentality. Now it's like, okay, my defense is up all the time. So when someone tries to be nice to you, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? You're still carrying that weight on your shoulders, and it's a mind fuck. It's like it messes up with you mentally, like mentally. You know what I mean? But bullying should not be. Um, yeah, I wish like I said, earlier years, bullying was not really too pushed. You know what I mean? You had more of the fight or flight response. You know what I mean? Your parents would be like, if he messes with you after a certain amount of time, get back at him. You know what I mean? Like that's how certain people were raised at that certain time. Now it's like free bully zone and stuff like that. And I think some people bullying it's like they're trying to act superior. You know what I mean? I think if it was kind of needed back then in the earlier years because it was way more too much like freedom, and then too many jackasses trying to act tough and stuff like that. But yeah, bullying is only needed to like a little extent, because you need that hint of reality to hit you like, like I was just living in the bubble, you know what I mean, like that. Unless you yeah, unless you talk to people that experience it, you know what I mean? You have to go through it just to see it. It's sad that you have to, but you have to go through it to see it to a certain extent. So you can stand back and be like, okay, this shit is wrong. This shit should not be at all. But yeah, bullying is for the lames. It's for weak people. It's for people that think, oh, I'm doing this to not even to be cool, but what, he's letting me do this. That's the thing. Mentality wise, it's all a mind game. They think that you're weak. You know what I mean? So they feel superior over you to do all this stuff, put you around, call you names, verbally abuse you and stuff like that. You know, and verbal abuse is besides the physical abuse, verbal abuse is 100% effective too, because like I said, it's all mental. You know what I mean? Like they say, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. That's kind of a lie because the certain way, why do you think people get in fights? Because of the mouth. Because of the mouth. The mouth keeps running, keeps saying things back and forth. Oh, you this, you that, what? You know what I mean? You touch that little bit of feel in the person, they will go back at you. You know what I mean? But yeah, no verbal abuse. Verbal abuse is mental. You know what I mean? It sticks with the person mentally. It's just like now it's just like a shadow cloud over there in certain parts of their mind now with certain things. Like I said, they got to be on guard all the time, stuff like that. And then sometimes the bully becomes the bully, which is another sad thing. If you watch that show Cobra Kai, it was a kid with like a cleft lip. There's a couple of that show shows you about bullying too. But it was this main particular kid with the cleft lip, the mohawk. I forgot his name. Damn, I forgot his name. And yeah, he was bullied because of the cleft lip and stuff like that. But then he joined Cobra Kai and he started to become tough. And he was bullied and he became the bully. He started pushing on little kids and stuff like that. And what was beautiful about his character, spoiler alert, in the third season before it went off, to the episode before it went off, he was he had to stop and look around, and he was just going in his head like this, like, how did I get to this point? You know what I mean? Sometimes people need, sometimes the bullied that became the bully needs to get bullied again to actually realize, you know, like, what's going on, because they become confused in their own little thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, bullying is it's a hell of a thing, man. You know what I mean? It's something that, you know, it's abusive, it's threatening, it's just really something part of human nature that tells us that certain people, they need to do it just to feel dominant. You know what I mean? You know, we hear these things. We come from, we descend from apes. You know what I mean? We evolved from apes, so, you know, we're like animals. We need to be dominant. I understand men get that. Men supposed to have that type of thing because we're men. But, you know, when you start overly abusing your power, you know what I mean? Someone less forcing it, then becomes a problem. And you really are an asshole, and you should deserve to get your ass kicked. But bullying, yeah, it needs to dumb it down with that stupid crap.